Where you at, chat? We in Da Nang, Vietnam, and I'm gonna tell you why it's better to rent an apartment over a house. Or if you're planning to come to Da Nang and you don't know if you want to rent an apartment or a house, watch this video, because I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know. Number one, the reason why I feel like renting an apartment is better than renting a house, because with apartments, they have reviews. You can go on Google, you can search up the name of the building that you want to move into, and you can check the reviews. So if you look at the reviews and you see at least 5 people, let's just say they all complaining about the same thing, more than likely it's true. With a house, you cannot see that. With a house, you just going off of what you see when you first get there. But it could be a lot of stuff wrong that you don't know about the house. You'll never know, because there's no way for you to check reviews and see what the actual issue was or why the previous tenant left the place. So with an apartment, I feel like it's better. You could do a full, thorough background check on that house, on that apartment that you want to rent out. Number 2, the reason why I feel like apartments are better to rent in houses, especially when you first get to a country that you've never lived in before, you don't really know what to expect, is because with an apartment, they have flexible leases, right? Especially here in Da Nang. So let's just say you want to stay in Da Nang for 3 months. An apartment is flexible. You'll be able to find apartments here that have deals like that. They will let you stay for 3 months, 6 months, even month to month. It's very flexible. With houses, they want you to sign for at least a year to 2 years. Me personally, I feel like that's a little crazy. I mean, it is common, but if you're not really trying to commit to something for that long, I think it's a little too much. And then on top of that, what comes along with that is deposits. So let's just say your house is $1,000 a month, right? I don't know how much that is in BND, but let's just say it's $1,000 a month. You have to leave around 1 to 2 deposits. So now, let's just say you end up staying at the house for only 6 months. You want to leave, you can't get that deposit back now. Now you lost out on $2,000. That's a lot of money to just be given away. So that's why I feel like apartments are better, in my opinion, especially if you're not 100%. If you want to stay in Da Nang long term, you know what area you want to live in. I just think when it comes to how long you want to stay, apartments are a lot more flexible. Okay, so let's get to the next step. Number 3, apartments is more people. I know some people they like to be alone. They don't really like to be around a lot of people and stuff like that. But me, if I'm new to a country, I like to see other people, you know? I like to see other people. I like the convenience. Normally with apartments, you have stores nearby. You know, you have neighbors. Sometimes you could make friends and meet new people around. With a house, when I rented a house here, I felt kind of isolated. And because the house that I was staying in was in a local neighborhood. So the language barrier, not knowing anybody, at times I felt really isolated. I felt like I didn't, there was nobody around that I could relate to or, speak to or anything like that. But with an apartment, you tend to meet other people from other places, that might have the same similar interests as you, do the same things as you. So it's a lot easier to make friends, or at least have somebody to talk to. These were some problems that I dealt with when I was in the house. Like sometimes the lights will go out. Now I'm just in the house. I'm trying to figure out why the electricity went out, and I don't know who to go to, who to talk to. So I feel like being in an apartment, those type of issues, they get fixed right away. They usually have management on site. If not on site, they usually have management that will make sure everything get fixed right away versus being in a house. You just got the landlord and you got to do everything through the landlord, and depending on how urgent they are will factor in, you know, how long it takes for things to get done that you need to get done. Another thing is maintenance, right? Maintenance. Being in the house, most of the maintenance has to be done by you, right? You don't have nobody that comes out and fixes everything. Most of it got to be done by you. You can reach out, but it's kind of like an inconvenience, because now you got to reach out to the landlord, and if they don't do it, they got to reach out to somebody else to fix it, and sometimes that could take all day, or they might not even have somebody that really knows what they're doing. It might just be a situation where, okay, this guy, he kind of know what he's doing, but he ain't really the best with it. So a lot of times when I was living in the house, there was things that I just had to figure out and fix on my own to, you know, be at peace, right? An apartment, if there's an issue, all you got to do is call management. Management will get someone to get there, and usually there's a person that's there right away, or there's maintenance people on site that could just come right to your floor and get it done. So that's the reason why I feel like when it comes to maintenance, any problems in the house, it's just faster, it's more convenient. As a tenant, we all want that, right? Nobody wants to have to wait or have to do everything on our own, especially if we don't own the house. Me personally, I don't want to deal with a whole bunch of maintenance issues in a place that ain't mine. I'm just staying there temporarily, you know. Those are things that I don't want to deal with. I'd rather the landlord have everything taken care of. Another tip, mold. Da Nang, it rains a lot, and it rains heavy, and it's humid. A lot of times you will find mold in apartments and in houses, but the thing is, with apartments, goes back to my first statement. You can see reviews, so I'm pretty sure there's going to be somebody else. If the apartment is poorly put together, you can read reviews, and I'm pretty sure you'll find somebody that will point that out. Listen, this place has mold everywhere. In the house, you will not know. You cannot tell. I even had a situation where the house that I was previously living in, it had mold. It had mold, and the landlord ain't really care to fix the problem. All they're gonna do is paint over it. And guess what? Someone else is gonna go and move into that house, and that doesn't know, and now they're gonna be screwed. When it rains, they're gonna be screwed because they're gonna notice that mold is popping up everywhere. So here, mold is a big problem. Nobody wants to live in a house that has mold issues. It's just too much. Nobody really wants to deal with that. So I just feel like when an apartment, you can save yourself a little bit when it comes to things like that. And then dang, what was the last tip that I wanted to kind of run by? Kind of lost track. This water just caught me off guard just now. Okay, and the last one, right? These so-called luxury homes that they have here are so cheaply put together. I mean, these houses look beautiful. They look amazing. You go, you see them, you see the pictures, you go in person, see them in person, they look amazing. But once you move into these houses, they just fall apart. They literally fall apart, and it's like, what is going on? Like, and the price that you're paying is a lot, right? Okay, so for instance, in Da Nang here, you have two sides. You have the beach side and you have the city side. To live on the city side, the rent is a lot cheaper than it is on the beach side. So I was staying in a house. My house was $680 USD, right? Whatever that is in VND, I might be like 18 million, 19 million, somewhere around that. I was paying that. That's a lot to be on the city side. The beach side is a little bit more expensive, but to be paying those kind of prices on the city side is a lot. And I lived in a local neighborhood, but the house was just falling apart. It was falling apart. Paint was chipping off the walls. Like nothing could hold up on the walls. Like if I tried to put something on the wall, even tape, if I put tape on the wall and I tried to tape something and I took it off, most of the paint would come off right with it. It didn't make no sense to me. It was crazy. It was like, it was just literally, it was, everything was just cheap, man. Everything was cheap. And I noticed that that's what they do here. It's a common thing. You know, these luxury homes ain't really so luxury. You get inside of them and you realize, wow, what is this? Why am I dealing with this? But with an apartment, you know, most of the time apartments, they're a little bit more well put together. I'm not saying that apartments can't go the same route, but if it's a well reputable apartment, you know, you don't have to deal with those. Like now I live in an apartment now and it's not as bad, you know. When I was in that house, I felt like I could hear everything in my neighbor's house, and the next neighbor's house. I could hear everything in the whole neighborhood. But with an apartment, it's soundproof. I can't hear nothing that's going on in the apartment next door to mine. I can't hear anything. Even outside, I live right on the main strip, and even outside, I could barely hear anything. I can hear a little bit, but you know, not really much. But in that house, yeah, I heard everything. So yeah, man, renting in Da Nang is okay, but these are just things that everybody should take into consideration, especially if you're planning on moving here. You don't know how to make your initial move, if you want to do a house or apartment, because that's what I was on. When I got here, I really didn't care. I was like, listen, if I get a house, I get a house. If I get an apartment, I get an apartment. With a house, you will get a bang for your buck, but if the price is too good, then that means the quality of the home probably not that good. Apartments is a little more affordable, and they just last a lot longer, I feel like. So yeah, man, I just wanted to give y'all that video, let y'all know what it's like, what's better, apartment or houses. In my opinion, apartments are way better. You know, get to Da Nang, get a feel of the city, understand what neighborhoods you like, what areas you like, if it's noisy, if it's quiet, if they got a lot of construction going on in the area. If not, then you'll know if that spot's the right move. You know what I'm saying? Don't get into anything too long term in the very beginning, because most of the time when you do that, sometimes your first option ain't your best option. That's what I went through. So I just wanted to tell y'all. And if you watch this video to the end, you liked it, you felt like you got a lot of good information, give me a like, a share, and a subscribe, comment. I appreciate every single one of y'all, and I appreciate everything. Until the next time, peace.